Hello guys. That was the first thing I ever said on this YouTube channel. And from this point onward, I got so much better. So in this week's video, which I'm sorry is coming out a little bit later than it's supposed to be, I had a little bit of over-celebrating on New Year's Eve and kind of lost my phone. And I'm sorry. But anyways, you guys, I'm not going to be doing my intro because that's going to be part of the video. Anyway, guys, let's get right into it and seamless transition because there's not going to be an intro. I know the intro would normally go here, but please just bear with me, you guys. Thanks. This is the first video I ever made, and I'm very ashamed of it. Not gonna lie there. Oh man, that was hard. I had to get every word exactly right. Up until the video, I got new editing software. I had to get every word right and film the exact right thing. But anyways, you guys, this was the first video I ever made. Very shoddy filmsmanship. Of course, I didn't really get much better until I got that stabilizer in my unboxing video in the second half of the video. But anyways, let's skip from this video 7 days after I posted this. The next video I ever made was my finding caterpillars video. It was a beautiful day, and I just wanted to go out and find some monarchs. I'd actually filmed it beforehand, and then accidentally hit the volume button on my phone, and that stops the recording. And so I got really mad, and I had to do the whole thing over again, but the first take wasn't that good anyway. So I guess that was a sort of lucky break. But anyways, yeah, I have a long history of being really bad at this until recently. But anyways, you guys, let's just look at a few of the caterpillars I found. This was my next ever video, and of course, I had to start it off by bragging and sticking my finger right in the camera. And by bragging and showing you all my new fake plants. Yeah, fake tree and a fake fern with fake ivy on it. Yeah, and all that. And another fake tree and stoof and revealing my identity. Not really, don't go back and rewatch that. I was joking. It was a joke. But anyways, in all sincerity, this video was in my room talking about the terrible looking fish tank. Oh man. Oh, those were the old days where it was like, it didn't matter whether or not you had a good tank or a bad tank. But looking at it, that just looks terrible. But I'm really glad that I got those trees there because the wall looked so bare without them. Of course, talking about the gifts that my friend gave me. It's the same friend, but gave me the all this stuff and saying for help me with the tutorial. But whatever. Mana shrimp. Hey there, Mo. This was back before I had 3. But anyways, Mana shrimp catching the reflection while trying to look at the Mana shrimp. Mo's still alive and well. She hasn't died. Not yet. I mean, we're all gonna die eventually, except for immortal jellyfish, but whatever. Stop getting distracted. Stop getting distracted. In and out. In and out. Whatever. Moving on. Always looking over and under. Saving the snails that are trying to commit suicide, as usual. Don't really have to do that anymore because of all the new vegetation. But, anyways, it's just a lot of saving snails. And a lot of looking at my shelves because I have no idea how to look at what I'm actually filming and keep the phone there at the same time. Not yet, at least. But anyways, moving on to the actual point of the video right around now. Okay, I certainly could have had enough patience to wait the few extra seconds and we'll get a really good view of that little washcloth right there. Of course, the ant's traveling, looking at my Aphaenogaster queen when she was still alive. At least I think she's still alive. I mean, she's alive in this, but right now I think she's hibernating, but she could be dead. I mean, all the other ones died or hibernated long before she did. Then she finally did. But she was looking pretty weak before then. But anyways, you can already see that there's some dead ones. Of course, the water level's doing fine. And then, of course, going back to my Tetramorium ants, waiting. Oh, well, would you look at that. Back when it wasn't fall and they weren't trying to hibernate. My other colony. The literal thumbnail for my first video. That right there, that very moment. But anyways, well, I'm just explaining about all the products and such and whatever. Oh, this was when I still had that tube. That tubing coming out of the, you know, the test tube portal. You can see the ends on the right side of the test tube portal. If I ever go back over there. Maybe. Oh, here we go. Formica Colony. That's right. The new colony I was going to show you guys. Boom. She's on top of the test tube. Like I didn't want her to be. But at least you got to see her really well. Of course, there's the other test tube in there. Of course, it's already molding. The workers over there, I can't tell if they're dead because I'm moving around the camera too much. Putting that back on them. And then moving on. This is the Perennialepis in Paris colony. That's what it is. Never mind. Whatever. Moving on. Here we go. Here's the Lasius Colony, or Chromatogaster, what I believe to be Phaedoli, Chromatogaster Monomorium, I believe. And then the Lasius Colony, of course. I don't know why I got so confused right there. I guess because they're around the same size and they look pretty similar. But yeah, you can definitely tell a difference now that I'm looking at them. Yeah. I don't know why I thought it was them. Because, I mean, like, they were in there the whole time. Whatever. You know what? Whatever. Lasius Colony, doing great right here. This was still before fall. I believe this was August. Or perhaps, it might have been fall. September or October, maybe. Yeah, I think this was September or October. But that's still a time when ants are active. Still nuptial flights going on. Oh, wait a minute. Last nuptial flights happened in September. Never mind. I am being kind of stupid. But whatever. Of course, I've covered them back up. And then I have those 2 other queens. What were they again? Well, of course, I'm going to show you. There's the, oh yeah. There was the Myrmica queen. At least I believe that's what she was. Of course, she died, and I had to bury her. Very sad. Whatever. And also the other species of Lasius. But anyways, I'll just leave it going until we see the Lasius Queen. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Oh, I just set it down so I could do something. Oh, I remember when I did that. Oh, I know what I'm doing. Here we go. Here's the other queen. Probably. Maybe. Oh, no, that was just while I was putting her away. Of course, Phenogaster, queen, and workers. You know what? I'm really gonna move on now. Probably to the next video. Unless I see something worthwhile, which you'll be hearing about in a little bit. Didn't see anything worthwhile. Do you remember this happened? This is the next video. So I'm a little bit out of breath. I was just getting my Fitbit steps. Give me a minute. Okay. No, anyways. Just looking. I can see that this may not be a very interesting video. This may have been a hidden video, in fact. I'm not entirely sure. Anyways, I'm just going to skip to any interesting parts that may occur. Well, I didn't find anything interesting, but here's the how to make a substitute Outworld with just a test tube, a connector, an adapter, and a piece of cotton. Of course, it's a setup test tube, and then just going through the whole process. So I'm going to time-lapse that once it gets into it. It's not very interesting process, but of course I just had to film it. I don't think you all realize that this is at times 2 speed. This is the best that iMovie can do. And then anyways, here we go, moving on to the next video, because I skipped a lot of the other one. Only till when I finish the setup, and please don't mind the crinkling noise, because I'm trying to eat a Belvita. But whatever. Just taking a quick look at this. Remember when it didn't have the archway? And I still had blue gravel. Oh, and I could do this because there wasn't a tree in the way. Yeah, me too. And when I stuck the finger in front of the camera. Yeah, me too. Oh, here's something interesting. The old Lasius queen that died after about a month. Maybe just a couple of weeks. Whatever. Of course, this is also at the time when I had the 2 other Formica queens that were connected. They both died as well. I got to bury them too. Whatever. Let's just move on to the yellow water that was in my Phenogaster test tube setup that probably killed them. Yeah. That's so good, great times when my ants were dying. Laughing on the outside and crying on the inside. That's how I live my life. Oh yeah. And it works great. But anyways, of course I'm not on the yellow water anymore. And you can see that I don't have these tubes anymore. They were not meant to be. They were not the chosen ones. Whatever. Let's just skip ahead again. Oh, yeah, and right. 2 Anubias flowers at the same time. That was phenomenal back then. Do you remember when I only had 1 flower at a time? It was insanity. But now I had 2. And it was crazy. Crazy amazing. But I'm just going to move on. Because that was a once in a year thing. And we're going over 2020. It hasn't happened again yet. So I'm just going to skip ahead to next video. Or whenever something interesting happens. Now, here's an interesting Jiggly Wiggly video. I got mealworms finally, or rather, I finally got mealworms in all caps and 3 exclamation points. It's crazy. I had just gotten home from a vacation. I was stressed out because I had just filmed this and then accidentally deleted the whole thing because I pressed the volume button and it made it stop the video, so I had to start all over again and all that jazz. Of course, I got it from that place. I wasn't fast enough to read it. Hopefully you all were, because I sure wasn't, as I already said. I'm going insane. But anyways, moving on. Of course, I have the mealworms all in the bucket. I'm not allowing you to see them yet, but you will eventually. We just have a thingy of pine chips. And we're putting them all together with a bunch of rocks and sticks. This was the beginnings of the mealwormite infestation of 2020. I'm sorry, that would sound really bad. Let me try that again. This was the beginnings of the mealwormite infestation of 2020. That's going on record, you guys. That's part of our channel history. This is kind of like a channel rewind. But anyways, we're just making this. And so, yep, I'll skip ahead to when we're putting the Iggly Jiggly Wiggly mealworms in there. And 3, 2, 1, booyah! Iggly Jiggly Wiggly mealworms are in this setup. And I'm sorry for that creaking noise, this one. I don't know if you're picking that up, but that's because I'm in a couch in the basement. It's an old couch, and it makes a squeaky noise. And ooh, look at them. That's beautiful. Why am I walking over here now? Oh, to get this thing that has 5 different settings. This one. And then, of course, a bunch of others. The bright, the brighter, the red, the blinking red, and then of course off. But I just had to use it very quickly. Of course, I'm waving it right in front of the camera. And I'll just skip ahead to the other pouring parts. Okay, once again, I probably could have waited, but the video after this is the hidden feeding video. And as I was scrolling through, whenever you go on iMovie and you create a new video, it puts you at the end of the video and you have to scroll back. So as I was scrolling past it, I could see like the mealworms. They were like covering the apple, and then they like slowly slid off, and it was like really weird, and I did not like it at all. And I have not been paying attention, so I do not know if the other side has been mealwormed yet. And I don't think so, because I don't see them crawling around everywhere as I'm looking at the different frames in the bottom as it's playing along. Oh, and there we go. Now we're gonna pour in 3, 2, 1. Yeah, boy. Oh. And 3, 2, 1. Yeah, boy. And there they go. The rest of them. Oh, just look at them. Oh, wow. I didn't even remember them being that Iggly Wiggly Jiggly. That's a lot of Iggly Wiggly Jiggly. Too much Iggly Jiggly Wiggly. I should have put a entomophobe warning, or like the people who are scared of worms. Entomophobes is scared of insects, and then the people who are scared of worms or Whatever, I probably should have put a warning up there so that they don't watch this part or the next part. Yeah, and there's that setting, and then there's that setting. Oh, this was when it was like... Oh, it was like beeping really fast. Oh yeah, I remember that. But anyways, let's just skip to the hidden video or whenever something gets interesting. Okay, oh my gosh, I'm just so sorry. I just cannot get enough of the iggly jiggly wiggly mealworms. Just look at them. Just look at them. There's so many. I can hardly even remember when there were 1,000 of them. And none of them were yet dead. We still have that one survivor. Oh, yeah, putting my hat on the monkey. Oh, and it's the next video. It's the hidden video. Entomophobes and wormophobes, do not watch this. Skip ahead. Or you will be grossed out of your mind. You will lose your marbles. I swear. Heed my warning. Or you will be scared out of your wits, and it'll be too late, and you will never be able to unsee it. Oh, look at them all piled up in the corners. This was like the same day that I filmed when I put them in there. Or it was a few days afterwards, and they hadn't burrowed in yet. And there was no mold, and I hadn't fed them yet. And they were eating styrofoam. Anyways, here we go. After I put them in... This was one of my longest videos, you know that? Because I had to wait for them to eat the food. And it just took so long. If only I'd had editing software, I'd have been like time-lapsing the whole thing. Except for the hello... Voice crack, I'm sorry. Except for the hello there, you guys. I just would have done that as a separate video. And then videotape the rest of it. Gotten the book that has the mealworm information, and then just did the voiceover, and it would have been so much easier, because look, I have to like shovel them out of the way. Like immediately after I put it in, they're just eating it. Like it's just gone. Like they're just swarming over it. I think I'd fed them before, maybe, perhaps, just once, but I'm not entirely sure. And then like going back over. Like they're already getting at it. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of mealworms, man. Oh man, oh my gosh. I can hardly look. Oh, and I love the part where you can see their little jaws and and all that stuff. That was really cool. I could see that. I'd never seen that before. But anyways, I'm just going to skip ahead. And then just see... And I'll just show you the writhing masses once it really gets that iggly biggly jiggly. Oh, and here's the classic finger in the way of the camera. Yeah, well, to you it won't seem like a lot, but for me it'll seem like a few minutes, or it'll be a few minutes, because I have to go through and look for the other part. But anyways, see ya in like a few seconds for you, but for me it's like a few minutes. I already explained that. Well, and here we go. This is once again times 2 speed. I know it really doesn't seem like it, but it is, I promise. And it took them a few minutes to completely swarm over it, but if you watch it long enough, you can see that they actually shifted around. And I was scrolling through to see where it was really all massed up. Look at them moving it. I could see how much they were moving it. And it was like moving like inches. You gotta realize these things are like an inch, half an inch, 2/3 of an inch, 3/4 of an inch long. And they're moving this giant apple around. Look at them all. Oh, I wish I still had that many. Now I can only dream about it. But just look at them move it. I'm just gonna leave you all to watch this for a little bit, alright? I'm just gonna go away until they're done. Alright, I think that might be enough Iggly Jiggly Wiggly mealworms, because as you can see, I'm going to be moving it over to the other apple slice pretty soon. I think that this is enough from this video. They're already pretty swarmed up over and around it. I'd say that this is the climax, but I'm not even exactly sure. It may be, it may not be, but anyways, unless if it gets even more hectic, I'm going to skip over to the next video. So, here we go. Okay, that definitely got more hectic. Alright. That's a lot more than before. I'm probably about to come over and swap it. I'm not entirely sure. But I'm not going to show the swap unless if it's really super hectic. Like this is. So anyways, you guys. If it's not hectic enough, let's move on to the next video. Okay, it was definitely hectic enough. Just look at all of them. I know it's not as many as the other one, but it's still a lot. It may not be as many of the other ones, just because more of them were on the other side, I believe. They had settled in more over there, I think. I'm not entirely sure, but anyways, I think it's hectic enough, and unless if it's even more hectic than this, which I doubt it will be, but I mean, I've been wrong already this video, so we'll see. We'll move on to the next video. As you can clearly tell, it wasn't hectic enough, and now I'm on the I hate myself, not really, but I finally got, or not finally, but I got 2 new Amano shrimp. And I had accidentally posted the hidden video in there before the real one. And so I had to delete it. So I have to go back and find it again. Or maybe just not include it because it was just like filming their different reactions. And I do know that probably the next video after this one, maybe even, will be the one where I redo the tank. But anyways. Oh, look at me holding that phone sideways. Oh, that hurts. Oh, I realized what my viewers, like my dad, was saying about it being hard to watch. I don't even know how you all were able to subscribe. Of course, I forced you to subscribe because you're part of my family. Or my friends. But, anyways. This is when I got my new Amano shrimp. This was filmed the same time as the feeding video. Or no, wait a minute. No, I'm going to be feeding them again. This one. Okay, great. Well, we've already seen that, so let's skip ahead to the shrimp part. And there we go. There's our shrimp. 2 of them are in there. One of them is wandering, of course. I cannot find it. This was not one of my most interesting videos. It was very interesting at the time to get, and very exciting at the time to get 2 new Amano shrimp. But to be honest, I'll probably just skip ahead. Okay, I know that wasn't very much of a collage. But anyways, we're on to the next video. I actually ended up skipping past the part where I showed the bucket in the previous video. And so, yep, that was the... I skipped past the bucket part. But here I go, pouring in my eco-complete substrate. I should probably link all these videos down in the description, or just make a playlist. Yes, I'll make playlists of every video I made that year. Oh. And this was the start of the Copepod Rebellion of 2020. Not really. But you know what? The worms have actually disappeared. If you've seen that video, which you may have. Oh my gosh. This is like halfway through my video making career. I need to. Of 2020, that is. I need to get moving. Up, and there in goes the new little bit. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. But anyways, going to skip ahead to the different additions to the tank. Okay, to be honest, I probably didn't have to skip through. I mean, I had to skip between this and the Anubias because that was kind of, and the Java fern as well. But anyways, oh man, those Anubias roots, they still surprised me how big they were. I thought it was going to be like a small little rhizome, but nope. Boy, was I wrong. That was a gargantuan root system. I know a lot of this video has been a lot of talking, and I've been basically just going through the entire iMovie playlist just trying to find somewhat befitting good songs. And here we go, swapping over to the Java Fern Rock. I haven't actually watched through this part yet. Getting it off was actually really tough. You know that? It was really difficult to get that off because I had no idea that it was so attached to that rock. I thought it was just going to be like sitting on the top barely, just barely holding on by a few roots. But no, it was sunk in there, man. There's still bits of roots attached. It might end up growing in the other tank, although I doubt it. Or at least I doubt that it'll be very healthy because that other tank is a very cold one. Finally getting it peeled up, or at least some of it. I don't like the way that I split it up now that I look back on it because of the way that eventually I'm going to be adding other different newer plants to there as well, and that stuff is just going to get in the way, and I'm going to have to move that around as well. So yeah, in the future, you're definitely going to see more of redoing the tank, including the next video after this one, but I'll just let it play through in ×2 speed, of course, until the next video. But anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Now, I wanted to do it in one part, but I have to split it up because I tried to upload it last night, or last night for me, and it was just too long, and I had to split it in half. So you're watching the first half. I'm going to stop it at this change here, just because I think it's a good stopping point. And of course, I'll try to upload the second half tomorrow. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified of all my future uploads as I try to upload weekly. Of course, things happen like this, and I need you all to give me a little bit of time, and I need your all's patience, so I thank you for that. Please also do remember to comment on the video and share this video with your friends, enemies, and frenemies, and one for out. After I'm done with the tank. And I guess I'll see you all in the second half.